Good morning. Over the next 24 hours, I'm gonna be only cooking and eating Thai food. That's breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, maybe a little midnight noodle. Thai food is so diverse and delicious, and I can't wait to get started. If I've only got one day to do this, I've gotta have sticky rice, I've gotta have some sort of skewer, and I've gotta have a curry. I'm really stoked that you're coming on this journey with me, so let's do it. I really wanted to start the day with a dish called Patongo, which is essentially Chinese donuts or youtiao, the Thai version of those. Seattle has a really cool specific Thai grocery store that I went to, and the lady helping me out pretty much advised me not to make it. I appreciate her telling me the truth and how much work it would be to make a very simple thing that you can buy frozen. So we've got some here. I'm gonna make it with some sweetened condensed milk. I actually got some coconut sweetened condensed milk, and I'm gonna have it with some hot Milo, which I have never had. Most mornings, I honestly don't really eat breakfast in general. I usually have coffee and water, and that holds me until like noon or so. This will be a nice little change of pace for me. Let's do it. Got my Patongo, got my Milo. I'm gonna do it with no condensed milk first and just kind of see. What's not to like? They're crunchy, the inside is nice and soft and delicate, so it's like really light, crisp crunch. Not a lot of sweetness, which is why I've gotten the sweetened condensed milk right here. This is coconut sweetened condensed milk, so it actually kind of has a little bit of, I call sunscreeny flavor. Some people like that, some people don't. Delicious. I like the fact that the sort of icing sweetness layer is separate from the actual like dough itself. The Milo I've already tried it. I like it, it's delicious. I see why people are super into it. I think I would like it more cold than I do hot. My breakfast a lot of the time is similar to how I grew up and how my parents do breakfast, which is whatever's left over from the night before, that's breakfast. So I grew up eating a lot of lasagna for breakfast or spaghetti for breakfast, and that seems to be the essence of how Thai breakfast is served. If you're like on your way out the door and you need to grab something from the street, it could be anything from like a skewer to some of these Patongo. There are tons of options. I made the choice to go sweeter for breakfast. That way the whole rest of the day could pretty much be savory. You want a little donut stick?
Kind of tastes like sunscreen.
It has that like Malibu flavor. Hi,
Hello,
the whole family's here. You wanna try the Milo? It's not like
it's sweet
heavy.
up front, but doesn't like hurt your teeth.
I even added some of the condensed milk to it too. So it's like more sweet than it normally would be. So that's breakfast. I'm gonna finish up one of these. In a little bit, I'll probably have a little snack, and then I got some pork to marinate, so I'll grab you guys for that as well. Breakfast, we did it. So it's time to start prepping some lunch, which are gonna be these really nice barbecue pork skewers called Moo Ping. And I'm gonna have it with some sticky rice and some papaya salad. So the papaya salad's gonna be nice and spicy. The sticky rice is gonna be there as kind of a contrast to the salty barbecue pork and the spicy papaya salad. Right now I'm gonna go ahead and get the marinade going, and I'm gonna get the skewers soaking in water so they don't burn. I don't have a grill, so I'm gonna do this in the broiler. I really like cooking in the broiler in general, so that's how I'm gonna make them. This is just some pork shoulder from the Thai grocery store that I'm going to thinly slice and prep for these skewers. I'm just gonna go thin, nothing crazy. I do want them to be able to fit onto the skewers. Let's see, just something a couple centimeters thick. So the pork pieces are gonna look something like that. Some fat on it is good, but I don't want an insane amount of fat. Anything that doesn't look good, I'm just gonna cut away. These don't have to be perfect. They're gonna all just be, you know, grilled and cooked down. A little bit of fat's gonna render. Anything that's like silvery though, like silver skin in general, or these like pockets of blood or really thick fat, I can cut away. As with anything in cooking, there's no need to be perfect. Gonna make the marinade, which starts with this stuff, palm sugar, sort of less sweet than regular sugar or brown sugar. So we'll do like, you know, a little bit of that. I'm gonna do this before the garlic. I'm just gonna grate it in. 5 cloves of garlic or so. You know how many knuckles I've taken off with this microplane? A couple tablespoons of just regular soy. Like 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of this black sweetened soy, which is like soy with sugar and basically molasses. It's more kind of just eatable as its own thing, as like a dipping sauce. It's really good. Oyster sauce is gonna bring some fishy, salty flavor, you know, equal parts. I don't know if people usually put Maggi in it, but I'm gonna do like a dash or 2 instead of MSG. Bunch of white pepper, a lot of white pepper. I really like white pepper. Black pepper. This really should be fresh cilantro stems or cilantro roots. I can't really do the flavor of cilantro, so I'm gonna use some coriander seed, and I'm gonna add a bunch of this because I do think it's an important flavor component. Coriander doesn't taste the exact same, but it's close enough. I'll be able to eat it that way. Most marinades, I like just a squeeze of oil, just to make sure everything gets in there. Gonna do some coconut milk, a decent amount of this. And sometimes marinades, you just gotta do it. There you go. There's the pork ready for marinating. Just gonna put this in the fridge for a couple hours, let it sit, get nice. It should be like deeply sweet and savory and salty and pretty rich from all the sauce going on in there. Get it in the fridge and get it marinated. Pork's all marinating. I gotta get some skewers going. First, I want a snack though. I want something savory. Let me show you what I got. Lots of snacks. I didn't go crazy, but I got what I wanted. A ton of Mama instant noodles. Thailand's favorite instant noodle. I'm gonna do one of these sort of dry, like crack the bag, pour the seasoning in, eat it, and then I'm gonna do one as like an actual noodle. So I gotta pick which ones I wanna do. I have these coconut rolls with pandan. They're like crispy coconut rolls. I think these are gonna taste like those Pirouette straw cookies from childhood. I'm really, really excited about these. I'm gonna save these for later though. Same with these pandan flavored cereal snack, which is like a tube of crisped rice and coconuts. I'm very excited about these too. Lastly, these tomato crackers. Lady at the store even told me I should get them. Got these too. Let's do, I think a Mama right now. Let's do spicy pork as a snack. The other thing I got, wait for it, M150 energy drink. 50 milligrams of caffeine. That's actually not crazy. It's like a small-ish cup of coffee. One of Thailand's favorite energy drinks. So we'll see how it goes. For the Mama, you gotta break it. Hopefully large enough pieces. You don't want it like papery, but you also don't want it, you know, not broken up. They're so cooked that they eat like a chip. Some noodles you can't do that with. They're not cooked enough for it. Where these are like hammered in the fryer, which makes them work very, very well as a chip. Smells porky, a little 5 spicy. I'm not gonna do this whole thing because that feels like it would be overkill. That smells really good. Very, very tasty smelling. I'm gonna do a little bit of the spice because I like a spicy chip. I'm a hot chip boy. In case y'all didn't know that, hot chips are like kryptonite for me. This beautiful big one. Check that out. That's so good, frick. It's tender enough to be able to just eat the whole thing without getting hard pieces of noodle stuck in your teeth. Flavor-wise, delicious. Very, very porky. Now to wash it down, I have no idea what this is gonna taste like. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like a uncarbonated Red Bull. Oh yeah, it smells like a Red Bull. Oh, that's good. The same type of flavor as a Red Bull. It tastes like a less Windexy, less acidic, uncarbonated Red Bull, which I kind of prefer. This is way, way smoother and less, you know, punchy. I would totally drink another one of these. All right, snack time, let's do some skewers. It was very, very easy to do. It was delicious. Go along with the pork, I'm gonna make a green papaya salad, which is like a very classic Thai side dish that's, you know, sour and spicy and really flavorsome. I've never really worked with green papaya before, so I'm using a recipe from Hot Thai Kitchen, who I think is like the person to go to for this type of stuff. So if you're looking for legit recipes, go to her. I'll link to her website and her blog down below. I'm using a technique she showed to get these like thin strips of green papaya because I don't have a peeler that's like a julienne peeler. So you do this and you get these nice thin strippies. Remember when everybody was like cutting their fingers on avocados? I feel like I'm about to do that for this papaya. While I make the dressing, I'm just gonna let this soak. That can hang out. Limes, chilies. Okay, I've got my garlic and chili in here. I'm not gonna start with a bunch of chili because I don't know how hot these are. Start with that much. Everything I'm just gonna go off of is by taste here, so we'll see how it tastes. Long beans in. Tamarind paste is in. That stuff kind of tastes like, it's like sour and savory. Almost reminds me of like pomegranate molasses in a way. Not exactly the same by any means, but it's got that like sour, sweet, deepness. Maybe I put too much in, we'll see. For salt, we're gonna do fish sauce. Like a tablespoon. Ooh, that was a hot chili. It's just, you know, handful of some nice tomatoes. It is very small for this, that's okay. There it is. Rice is important. It's very important to get it right too. Sticky rice is what I'm gonna be making, not just like regular jasmine rice. This is Thai glutinous rice. Big old bag of it. Nice hiss. You get a cup and then we're gonna wash it really aggressively. The water runs clear. We're gonna add it to a bowl. You need to soak sticky rice, but I didn't soak it overnight, so I'm gonna soak it in boiling water, which is supposed to work. So we'll see. While we're waiting for that water to boil, I just want to talk for a second about the importance of openness when it comes to trying other cultures' foods. I think there's been enough damage done from people being very, very judgy when it comes to food that's not from their culture. So we're gonna completely avoid that in this channel. If I mess up in any ways, please let me know in the comments down below. I am not perfect, and this is definitely not food that is of my culture. Please feel free to call me out if you think I've done anything wrong, or if you see anything that maybe is like a flag. Let me know. I always appreciate that kind of stuff. Back to the water. This water was just boiling. There's gotta be enough water to like fully cover everything. And then give it a mix. We're gonna cover it. Let's do like 19 minutes. Pork's been in the fridge for quite a while. It smells very delicious. Okay, I'm gonna skewer the pork. I'm gonna add, you know, like a tablespoon of cornstarch. Gonna take a quick break from setting up the skewers to get our rice steaming. That's still so hot. I'm gonna wash off all the hot water. I just wanna make sure the bottom's not touching. Great, we'll cover this and let it go for 20 minutes. That's the setup. Got my broiler going. So it's on low broil. There's a rack near the top, and that will allow us to hopefully get some good grill-esque char on these skewers. A lot of the flavor comes from the actual like charcoal grilling itself. Unfortunately, where I live, I just don't have that. But I'm excited to eat these. I'm hungry at this point. I haven't eaten since those noodles. These look great. Into the broiler, they go. Just until, you know, browned. I'll flip them halfway, probably like 3 minutes aside or so. The rice worked incredibly well. I've already tasted it. It is like the, I would say, perfect sticky texture. Rice is done, boom. Incredible pork skewers, nice and charred. Little bit of lime. So these took about like, you know, as long as they needed to get nice and charred. I think it was like 8 minutes or so in total. Oh yeah. Super, super tender. All that work in the marinade, those like levels of salt. So the soy, oyster sauce, that like darker sweet soy are different layers of salt. So it doesn't taste overly salty. It just tastes really, really well seasoned. The lime juice at the end helps with like acidity to cut through all of that. And then the palm sugar is enough sweetness to really help lift everything without being like that cloying brown sugar sweetness. Overall, it's really balanced for something that seemed like it was gonna be really, really salty. Perfect with some well-made, sticky rice. You know, just like beautifully chewy, dense, but you get distinct granules of rice, which I think is really, really important to make snowballs out of this. After salty sweet, you've got cool, crunchy, spicy. Oh my goodness. It's like sour from the tamarind. Really nicely seasoned. Fish sauce is in there. The chilies, you definitely taste like it is pretty spicy. It's pretty earthy. I don't know if that's the papaya or the long bean. Very, very tasty and a really good complement to the salty, rich, fatty pork skewers. Okay, I actually had to go back to a store to get something else. So I went back to the Nation Market and they had this mango juice with like coconut flesh in it. So there's a big note on here that says gotta chew. So we'll try this out as we're snacking. Oh my gosh, it's very thick. There are like huge chunks in here. Now I get the gotta chew thing. Oh my gosh, this is delicious. Very sweet. Very refreshing, very fruity. They had a lot of different other flavors, but mango feels right for this. Dang, this is good. This is the tomato cracker. Oh, they smell just like tomato. They don't have like a Dorito smell at all, like I thought they would. They just smell like tomato. This is what they look like. It really does taste like kind of a fresh tomato sauce. Texturally, it's like the same thing as a veggie straw. Dissolves on your tongue, crunch, not quite like a Cheeto puff, more like a vegetable puff. I would eat them again. I may not like crush the whole bag in a second, like I would a bag of hot chips, but they're good. Now this one should be interesting. Microplastics. So they're single wrapped pandan cereal snacks. That's like a softer sesame pandan flavored Rice Krispie treat. It's got that like sweet tropical fragrance that you get with pandan that I really, really like. It's nowhere near as sweet as a Rice Krispie treat at all. Mama bagged just crunchy noodle, I think is on top right now. I think this is second, and then I'd probably put the tomato chips last. And the juice is just on a whole different level. So that would go in its own category of deliciousness. Yeah, these were really good. Nice little break between cooking. Time to do some prep. Khao Soi is one of my all-time favorite dishes on the planet. The amount of deliciousness in this soup is crazy. Also, speaking of crazy, this is a shallot. This is one shallot. I didn't want it this big, but I didn't have a choice. And now see, there's like layers of skin within the shallot. Yeah, I hate this. This is like a nightmare. It's like when you get too big of a chicken nugget. Like I like the small chicken nuggets, and then you get one that's like got a lot of meat, and you're like, what kind of meat is this? This is weird. That's this shallot. This is all gonna be ground to a paste, so no need to be crazy with it. Turmeric is so good. Menthol-y almost in its flavor. I'm gonna do some garlic. I like garlic a lot. Maybe like 3 cloves. Decent amount of ginger. Chilies. I like it when it's got a decent amount of spice, but I don't want it like crazy hot. I'm gonna use these instead of the Thai chilies I got. I'm gonna do chilies first. Roasty toasty. Shallot. I'm gonna char all this. Just looking for, you know, some color. This is gonna be our curry paste. There's this really good place in Seattle that just makes Khao Soi. This is somewhat loosely based on them. That was taking way too long. So I cut everything with a knife and that helped a lot. Pretty close to pasty, you know? Gonna add some coriander because I don't have the seed. And I'm also gonna add some curry powder because it feels like it makes a lot of sense. It's got turmeric, it's got other stuff in it. Cumin, all good stuff. That's the paste. It's not perfect. I probably could have gone longer, but it's far enough. Got my chicken, sugar, curry paste. It's all ready, so we can head over to the stove and get started. Gotta start with some coconut milk and then add in the curry paste. The liquid cooks off and just leaves coconut oil, so the paste is gonna start to fry. I'm adding the rest of the coconut milk and then like, you know, a liter of water with chicken bouillon. I like the idea of doubling down on the chicken flavor here. Add some soy sauce and Maggi for seasoning. I'll add the chicken and cook for like 45 minutes to an hour uncovered, you know, until the chicken's tender. It's been about like 40 minutes, so taste for deliciousness. Needs a little salt. While it was cooking, I added a little palm sugar as well, just to like sweeten it up. Fry up some noodles for topping, and I'll boil a couple handfuls for the soup. This is the type that I got for this, in case you're wondering. Some noodles first. That beautiful, glossy, chickeny, spiced Khao Soi broth. I'm gonna do a whole thigh per bowl. It's probably too much. Curry paste was a little more rustic than usual, but honestly, that's kind of okay. It's not about being perfect. I'm gonna go a little red onion, some mustard green. I always loved getting Khao Soi and was blown away by it because the two textures on the noodles I just think is so cool. Like how many soups have a second version of the noodle on it. Very sick. These are the bowls. It's a lot easier than I think I initially anticipated to make. I mean, you're making a braised chicken broth. Technique-wise, the real difficulty of it is in the curry paste itself, which I think I didn't get perfect here. Again, it's a little chunky compared to what you would normally get, but let's try it. Ooh, it's really good. Sorry, they're entire massive pieces of chicken. I know they're a little harder to eat, but it was just easier to make that way. Oh my gosh. All right, broth on its own. The broth is really, really thick and rich. I don't know, it's all about the broth hitting the spot. All right, sing. Oh, that's good. It's good. It tastes like every light beer, which they all taste like Miller Lite. So they're all okay in my book. It's just insane. I think the heavy lifting is really, you know, the ginger, the chilies, the coconut. Those are kind of like the notes you get a lot of. God, this piece of chicken is too big. I really like having the whole thigh. I know it's unruly to eat, but the like rendered skin tastes really good. Well, I'm gonna go enjoy this while watching Lost. But I'll see you guys in a little bit for like a midnight snack, I think. Maybe more noodles, who knows. It's gotten pretty late, I've showered, I'm in pajama mode, which means there's only one thing left to eat at this late hour, which is instant noodles and maybe something sweet. This is a tom yum pork mama, I'm gonna make that. Tip that I always see with these is to cook them less than the packet because, as I mentioned earlier, they're so hard cooked that you don't wanna overcook them in the pan or they'll be mushy. It's pretty limey. That's nice. Yeah, I really like this. It has an oil packet, a seasoning packet, and like a seasoning plus vegetable packet. So it's got a lot of flavor going on. The noodles at 2 minutes still have a little bit of a bite. So it's super, super tasty. Nice and spicy, not too spicy, porky, limey. That's got like a little bit of acid in it that I think tastes very, very delicious in this type of application. So yeah, they're good. I wish these packets had more noodles though, but that's okay. The flavor per price is pretty high, which is nice. Delicious end to a very delicious day. When it comes to sweets, this is the last thing I've got. These crispy coconut rolls. They're made of coconut milk, tapioca, eggs, black sesame, pandan. Most days I end with some kind of sweet. Oh yeah. Like I said, they kind of look and remind me of those pirouettes. Those old school delicious cookies. They look like that. These are great. The light flaky cookie are kind of like cooked around a roll. So like you have a thin metal pipe basically, and the cookie is like wrapped around and cooked in that. I like these a lot. They don't have a ton of flavor. Tastes like coconut a little bit and a little pandan. To reiterate, Thai food is so diverse and delicious, and I really hope I did it justice. I know I only scratched the surface on this, so let me know if there are dishes you think I missed or dishes I should have included. But I really hope I represented at least a little small slice of the food culture of Thailand well. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had a ton of fun making it, and I want to do more of these kind of 24 hours of only eating X. So let me know what type of cuisine you'd like to see me tackle. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate it. Massive shout out to the amazing people supporting me directly on Patreon through patreon.com/CameronMarty. They get some cool benefits and I get to keep making videos, so it's a win-win. Thanks again for watching. Cheers.